property. And that's Judge Gall. I'm a judge, and I'm telling you, get off the property.
Go in.
They'll be shot on the property.
Well, I'm just letting you know that
Because
that's the best case
when
scenario.
they trespass, you can shoot them on the property.
They should just come here and just...
No, I'm just saying.
I'll shoot them on the property. The good part is, I'm always on your side. You know I'd take anyone down for you guys. You know that. You know that. You know I am on your side. I'm a Supreme Court judge.
Tonight, a state Supreme Court justice suspended, facing removal from the bench after threatening to shoot a group of black teenagers.
Here she is right here. It's the video. It happened at a house party near Utica in the summer of 2022. Body cam video, the stuff you're seeing right here, and report findings from the incident just now being released.
This week, the Commission on Judicial Conduct calling the judge's actions racially offensive, saying she can no longer serve as a fair and impartial judge.
Or they'll be shot on the property.
Well, I'm just
I'll shoot them on the property.
New video just released capturing state Supreme Court Justice Aaron Gall threatening to shoot a group of black teenagers.
They'll be shot on the property.
Well, I'm just letting you know that that's
Because
the best case
when they
scenario.
trespass, you can shoot them on the
They
property.
should just come here and just...
No, I'm just saying.
I'll shoot them on the property.
No.
The judge was at a high school graduation party at her friend's house when authorities say there was an argument between invited and uninvited guests. A group of black teenagers who received a text invite to the party with the address then arrived, and a fight broke out shortly after.
Kind of split open pretty far.
Yeah, I've been telling him since I got eyes on him that he needs to go get checked out.
He was definitely hit with something.
During the scuffle, the teens lost the keys to their car and couldn't leave the neighborhood, appearing to upset Gall, who wanted the children to leave, but refused to turn over their car keys if she found them.
If the key turns up,
We're absolutely going to throw it in the toilet. You're welcome.
somebody's sister's coming to pick them up and get them out of here, and I'm going to get his information, and if we
Put him
find
in
the
the back
keys...
of the cop car and let him wait there.
5 law enforcement agencies arrived on the scene during the more than hour-long ordeal, during which the New York State Commission on Judicial Conduct said the judge repeatedly invoked her judicial office.
And that's Judge Gall. I'm a judge, and I'm telling you, get off the property.
Go in at the car.
I'm a Supreme Court judge.
I know
I'm
you, Judge.
sitting here.
Threatened gun violence,
I'll shoot them on the property.
No.
If I have to clear it out, I will.
and both criticized and pledged favored treatment for the police.
The good part is, I'm always on your side. You know I'd take anyone down for you guys. You know that. You know that. You know I am on your side.
And that's also one of the more disturbing parts of this video. During my time in law enforcement, I actually conducted a traffic stop on a judge. And this vehicle, because I had no clue it was a judge at the time, he rolled through the stop sign, never touching his brakes. It wasn't like a California roll. He slowed and cleared the way to make sure no cars were coming, then continued on. He just never touched his brakes. He just went through a four-way without ever braking. I pulled the judge over, and as soon as he pulls into the parking lot, the first thing he does is jumps out of his car, and he asks me, "Do you know who I am?" Now, that conversation kind of went back and forth, but the point of that story is judges abuse their power just as much, if not more, than police officers. And now you hear a judge who's out here abusing her power, telling the police officers that I always have your back. And it makes you wonder. We always preach, record the police, know your rights. But if you're knowing your rights and recording the police and you come up in contact with a judge like this, who clearly stated on camera, I always have your back. You know, I always have your back. I'll go to bat for you guys. I'll take anybody down for you. What if myself or you are that anybody that she's talking about? Would it matter at that point? This is the system that we're dealing with. Let's keep going.
Video also captures the judge making comments about the black teen's intelligence levels.
They don't look like they're that smart, honestly. They're not going to business school, that's why.
And praising her son for beating up partygoers, among other comments.
He put him smack down once he got hit.
Hey, I didn't
Put a
say it was
smack down.
one-sided.
The commission now calling for the judge to be removed from the bench. The commission administrator telling CBS 6 it is utterly unacceptable for a judge to threaten gun violence, exhibit racial prejudice, promise favorable treatment for the police, or disparage a law intended to keep guns away from dangerous people. Any one of these things would undermine public confidence in the administration of justice. That all this and more was committed by one judge disqualifies her from further service on the bench. Now, Gall's attorney did provide a statement in a brief released by the commission saying the judge was in shock at the time, saying the incident triggered a trauma response to her own assault in the 90s. The judge saying in part, I was acting as a mom who just witnessed something awful. I wasn't acting appropriately or thinking.
Whatever. Yeah, she wasn't acting appropriately. And we see this all the time when police officers and now even judges get caught in the act of doing something that they would clearly lock you up for doing. They get caught in the act of, doing something or acting out in a way where they would try and chastise you like a child and tell you that you should not do, but they do it every day. Okay, as we clearly see, only certain people are held to a higher standard, and it's not law enforcement and it's not judges. It's actually you, the citizen. Now, I'm very interested to see if her suspension would actually lead to a removal. All of the I went to therapy and, I was acting as a mother. Well, hey, I was acting as a father protecting my child. But would that matter in these situations? It really wouldn't. No one would care. So, as I like to say in my own private circle, keep that same energy for everybody. Whether you're a judge, a police officer, a firefighter, or just citizen of the public, whatever, it doesn't matter. Keep the same energy, because if it was myself or anyone else, you guys would lock us up or remove us quickly. This is policing in America, and this is also the American judicial system. Always record the police and judges and know your rights. With that being said, We the People University, signing off.